Okay, what you're listening to here is outrage in one of America's most liberal cities over plans to house a few dozen homeless residents in a local hotel. This is Millbrae, California, just south of San Francisco, right next to the airport. It's a wealthy suburb of the city by the bay. The median household income more than $141,000 annually. The county executive discussing plans to turn a nearby hotel, again right near city center, into housing for about 100 homeless people. But hundreds of residents, as you see, showed up at the meeting, drowning out the speech with boos and chanting. Many people had to stand outside, shouting through doors and windows because the community hall was too packed.
Yeah, look at that. Many local residents saying this. They're concerned about the homeless hotel because it's right in the heart of their city and, quote, very close to children with several schools nearby. Again, they're talking about 100 homeless people. Major cities like New York, Chicago, dealing with tens of thousands of homeless illegal migrants in that area, also being forced to house them or asked to house them, but also forced to keep them in empty or abandoned hotels. Again, this happening in major cities here, but now obviously this town as well.
With us now, Ann Schneider is the mayor of Millbrae, California. Mayor, welcome to National Report. If you could just respond to the frustration that you've heard from residents showing up at the council meeting. Is this something you anticipated?
Well, first I'm going to clear the record. In terms of affluent city, people forget that our housing costs are very high here. And we are, in fact, one of the least affluent cities in San Mateo County. We're one of the smallest cities. And from our perspective, 25% of our budget comes from hotel tax. We have 7 hotels. One hotel is already being turned into housing at a loss of $1.1 million. This hotel brings in about, right now on track as we recover from COVID, $545,000 to the city of Millbrae on that. So the residents are concerned about housing what we have been told have been anywhere from seniors to school teachers, but really it will be single men in a city that is really only one main street, El Camino Real. And we have already built veterans preferred housing here. So it is very sad that some blogger out there painted us as one of the wealthiest cities. In fact, at our council meeting on July 11th, the county came in, and that was a county town hall. They would not even let the city speak at that town hall. They came in and said, well, Millbrae, every community in San Mateo County must do its part, except the hilly cities of Portola Valley, Woodside, and Hillsborough, and the last of the 4 extremely wealthy cities in our county, Atherton. So Millbrae, with one of the smallest economies in the county, is being asked to handle 20% of the homeless issue when we're 2.8% of the population. In addition, as I said, we have already built affordable housing, planning on building more affordable housing. We're the end of a line BART station, and unlike any other city in San Mateo County, but like any city that has an end of a line station, BART will push off 30 to 50 unhoused every night into Millbrae, and we're spending millions of dollars caring for them.
Madam Mayor, what's next in terms of this? Because you clearly see residents outraged. You've expressed it yourself here. What's next? Are your hands tied in this one in terms of the county?
On one side, this is a private hotel, and the county or anyone else can purchase private property. On the other side, the city of Millbrae, we are looking into avenues. We are hopefully having our own city council meeting, a special city council meeting. We're on recess in August. We don't come back for regular business until September 12th. So we're going to have a special city council meeting. We're currently looking at a facility that can hold 1,500, since our new rec center could only fit about 300 with another 300 outside. And that should be coming up the end of this week. And we are checking with our legal remedies.
Sure.
I can't speak about them at time because council hasn't met.
Okay. And so we'll keep an eye on that. If there are any developments, we'll bring it to our viewers. Again, part of the concern was the location, the fact that it was apparently by a school. And so maybe you'd have some younger children in the area. Is there some truth to that? And are those valid concerns? Would you know where any of these folks are coming from, or, their own backgrounds?
What the county has offered is that a resident or two could sit on an interview panel for who would go into the hotel. My concern is less about people. It is more about financing, because that loss of basically $1 million a year is money we've already allocated for redoing a park that hasn't been redone in over 25 years. Again, this comment that we're the affluent town, if people would do their homework. In terms of the concern, yes, there is a high school, a middle school, 2 daycare centers, all within a couple of blocks. But again, Millbrae is only 3.2 square miles, and most of it is owned, or a good portion is owned by SFO Airport and SFPUC, our water system here. So we don't have a lot of land for doing things. But the city is open to trying to find locations that are not right next to schools on that, because trying to accommodate and listen to our own population.
All right, we'll leave right there, Madam Mayor. We appreciate that. That is Mayor Ann Schneider joining us again with an update. We'll continue to follow that story. Thank you.
Thank you.
We got Tom and Deneen Borelli back on set with us today, and again, something we began